Lately, I've just been a failure.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Beautiful morning, you're the sun of my morning.
Good morning. It is Sunday. What day is it? Sunday, November 6th, and I'm currently having my Starbucks. I started my day off with listening to a podcast, and I walked to the Starbucks near my house and grabbed a coffee. I've been having kind of a rough week this week, and before I start this video, I just want to thank my close friends, my family, and my boyfriend, and my coach. You guys have been super awesome this week with me, with being not the right headspace this week, and just being around those people that I just mentioned have been really nice. It's kind of helped me get through the week. I did need to put that out there and thank those people for being there for me this week. You guys know who you are. So yeah, and obviously you guys on social media, you guys have been very encouraging with the last few posts that I've been posting. Obviously you can tell that I'm a little bit in a funk, so you guys have been awesome with all your sweet comments. But something I wanted to get into was being a failure. You know, from the beginning, sharing my journey on social media, I've always wanted to motivate, inspire, and help others succeed. If you guys have noticed, on my YouTube, there's those 3 words that are on the bottom of my description bars. It's also in it's like right below my Gabrielle Fitness logo, and I used to put at the end of all my captions. You know, I feel like I have done that for the most part, and I'm so happy that I have. And I say it all the time in some of my posts that I'm so glad that at least one of you takes away from, you know, these things that I post and stuff like that. But what I have to address is that lately I've just been a failure to all 3 of those things, or at least I felt that way. It's just simply like I just haven't been taking my own advice. I haven't been doing what I tell you guys to do all the time, and that's to stay consistent, to stay determined, to stay focused, to envision your goals, and you know, all these things. Like I tell you guys to do this, and I can't even do that myself. So who am I to tell anybody else to do this, this, and that if I can't do it myself? I just want to talk about the topic of being a failure, and I'm not saying that you're a failure and you're a failure. I'm talking about me personally being a failure in my eyes. I don't know what it is about this week, but I've really just come to realize that I haven't, like, it just really hit me how deep I've dug myself in a hole and how unhappy I've made myself, and it's just not okay anymore. You know, I do preach on how in the off season you need to just let go a little bit. I addressed that in my Do I Regret It video that I posted a few weeks back, and I still stand by that 110%. But there is a fine line between going overboard and truly just enjoying balance between life and, you know, reaching my fitness goals. It was fine for a little bit, and then I've just gone way overboard, and I've gone back to my old ways of binging, overeating, and it's just not healthy. And it's just something that I'm still trying to get a grasp of. 3 years later, I'm still trying to get a hold of it, and it's hard. And you know, just going through all the ups and downs that I go, like some days I'm like, whatever, it's okay, like I'm fine with it, I'm fine with where I'm at, I'm fine with this, I'm fine with that, and then just kind of hope that eventually I'll just accept it. And then some days I'm like, you know, like this week, like I'm just really sick of it and sick of not feeling happy or confident, and it really does affect your mood, wanting to do something. It just affects a lot of things. Self-confidence is a huge thing, and without it, I mean, it's hard to be happy. So just, I don't want to go totally into it and, you know, what I've done wrong, because reflecting on what you've done wrong and what you should have done, what you could have done, isn't going to do anything about the situation you're in now. You're in the situation because of your own actions, and it's up to you to fix that right now. I'm just gonna go over kind of like what I'm gonna do to kind of get myself out of this position, as I'm sure maybe one of you or a few of you may be in the same position I'm at. And I just hope that this video helps some of you guys get out of the little funk that you might be in. And if you guys feel like you failed to yourself and you've disappointed yourself, like, just know that we are gonna get out of it and we will succeed, because we are capable of that. If bodybuilding has taught me anything, it's that literally anything is possible, and I know that. So we're going to set some goals, we're going to make a plan of action, and we're going to bounce back from this little setback, because you should never live your life feeling so self-conscious and unhappy with what you see in the mirror. You should be appreciating who you are, what you look like, and really making yourself feel the best possible. And the fact that I'm not feeling my best possible is a problem, because I can really see it and feel it now. But one thing I do want to address is that this has all been my choice. I have made so many poor choices in the past 2 months, 3 months, and I have no one to blame but myself. I've had my coach this whole time, and I've disappointed him because I have not given him my 110% like I should have, and that's just not fair. I have let myself make excuses after excuses, and it's just gotta stop. So kind of what I'll be doing, like what I have been doing at least for the past like day or two, and will continue to do, is just looking at failure as a part of the journey to success. I'm sure we've all heard this before, but failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of the journey. So, and I mean, if you don't fail at something, you're not trying hard enough. You need to go through some downs to learn something, and those things that aren't negative and they're positive, that's obviously a huge accomplishment and a memory that you're going to cherish for a while. But I need to accept the fact that failure is a part of the process, and unfortunately I'm doing it the hard way. There's so many things I could have done differently, but I'm doing it this way. Then comes accepting what you've done, where you are, and what you have to do to be where you want to be. I've accepted the fact that it's going to take me a while to get back to that spot because of my actions. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't regret anything that I did, because like I said, everything that we go through in life has both a good and a bad, or one or the other, and that's either going to create a memory or a lesson. So these past 3 months, I've created so many great memories with so many people, and I will cherish those forever, and I don't regret it whatsoever, what I've done in the past. So yeah, just accepting, what it is. Like, it is what it is, and you can't change the past. You can only change the future. And that brings me to another point, is that I'm just looking at the positives in this situation. I'm looking at the positives as much as I can, because just being in that negative headspace isn't going to do anything great for me. It's just going to make me feel worse and dig me into a deeper hole than I already am in. So just keep that in mind. I'm also going to just learn from everything. Like, this has been definitely a great learning process. I mean, 3 years later, I'm still making the same mistake that I did when I first started competing, and sometimes some people get it right off the bat, and sometimes you just don't. And I mean, obviously, I just have a lot of growing to do mentally, and just, hopefully this is the last time I make this mistake, because it's just not a good situation to be in. And hopefully now that I've documented it, the next time I feel like I'm going to do this to myself again, I can kind of look back and remind myself that it's just not a fun position to be in. That's another thing that I suggest to you guys, is just reflect back on this time that we're talking about right now. The next time you find yourself kind of leaning towards getting back into that cycle of, eating your feelings away, or, you've messed up so you're going to keep going. Like, always look back at that time where you felt the way we're feeling right now, and just think, like, do I really want to be in that position again? Was it really worth it? Was there a better way to handle it? You got to think of those things for the future, because going up and down this much is just not good for our mental health at all. And now every day I wake up and I have this little planner, and I write a positive quote, and then I'll write my goals for the day, and then at the end of the day I'll put 2 check boxes to select whether I've accomplished them all or if I have not accomplished them all. So it's kind of nice to visually see what my goals are for the day. And what's also helped me is talking out loud. Like, as for example, I'm vlogging this because getting it out and talking about it like out loud, and not just having it like just flood my mind, is really helping me just get it off my chest. And that's why, I've turned to like some of my friends, my boyfriend, my family about this, because it really helps you let go of what you're going through, because you're You're just letting it go. Like, that's the main thing, is you need to let go of this feeling in order to move forward. And then that brings me to the next point. You need to leave it in the past. You need to let it go and leave it there and move on right away. You need to stop playing the victim. You need to stop feeling bad for yourself and stop picking at yourself, because it's not doing anything. You need to just let it go right now and make your plan right now and stick to it right now, because that's the only way things are going to change. Nobody or any motivational quote or any motivational podcast or any motivational video or anything like that is going to do it for me. The only person and the only thing that's going to change how I feel is myself. And I know that. And it's just sometimes you really need like a really hard kick in the butt in order for you to realize that again. So leave it in the past and move forward right that minute. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the next month. Do it now, because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to get to that place, and the more you're just going to hurt yourself emotionally and mentally. Another thing is, don't feel bad if you have to keep starting over. It's not going to be easy. The first 2 weeks of getting back into any sort of routine or, you know, achieving a goal is always the hardest, because it's totally new to you again, and it's like totally shifting your mind from one extreme to another. So it's never going to be easy. And I mean, if you do slip up, because, you know, we're human and we mess up, like, just always try again. There's no X amount of times that you have to try. Like, you can always try again. The fact that you're trying over and over and over again is awesome, because you're just not giving up. The main thing is you can never ever give up on yourself. I think a lot of what I'm going through comes from what I've been through in my past, which is my binge eating, and it's being like the bigger one. So it has a lot to do with your mental state and just growing mentally. That's the biggest thing. So anyways, the point of this whole rant is I just want you guys to know that I'm going through this as well. And if you feel like it's only you who keeps failing, it's not just yourself. I've been failing since after my show. There's been maybe the odd 1, 2, 3, 4 days that I've been on track, but other than that, I can't honestly say that I've been giving my 100%, that I've been consistent, that I've been accurate, that I've been giving it my all like I did pre-contest, and it's just so frustrating to me. I just need to get a grip of it now before it gets even worse. So I just want you guys to know that we're all human, and that some don't go through this and some do. And I just want you to know that I'm going through this, and I want to help you guys get through it if you're going through it right now. And just remember that you're never alone. And I think that's something that's very consistent through my videos, is that I'm always showing you guys that you're not alone, and that I am, as much as I want to be motivational, inspirational, and help you guys succeed, just know that I'm just like you guys. I fail a lot. I do succeed a lot, but I do fail a lot as well. And I just want to show you guys that it is possible to get out of these kind of ruts without, you know, me having to do a show in an X amount of weeks. Like, I just want to do it because I want to feel good again. So here's to changing our mindset, sticking to our goals, and doing this for ourselves so that we can be happy. More than anything, that's the most important thing, is just happiness. So I hope this video helps some of you guys. If you know someone that's going through a tough time, definitely share this video with them, that they know that there is others out there. I'm gonna help you guys as much as I can by sharing my journey kind of back to happiness. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading some check-ins on how this whole journey kind of goes. I'm also trying to come up with more content of what to have on my channel, so if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down below in the comments. And yeah, I hope this will help someone out there, even if it's just one person. And don't forget, you need to just let it go and move on, and we will get through this. I believe in you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.